Hello students. Today in this lecture I am going to discuss with you the medieval theories on the concept of natural law. During this period, Catholic philosophers and theologians of Middle Ages had given a new theory on the concept of natural law. Although the base of this theory was also theological, that means to say, although the base of this theory was based on religious faith, but in this period, the Christian fathers departed from the orthodox view of the early Christian fathers. According to orthodox view of the early Christian fathers, government and property are the result of sins committed by a man, and they negated the concept of natural law. But during the medieval period, the concept of natural law was revived by the Christian fathers, and the view during this period of Christian fathers are more logical and more systematic in relation to the concept of law. If we are going to talk about the views of Christian fathers during the medieval period, then it is very important to note the views of Thomas Aquinas, which are taken as a representative of the new theory on the concept of natural law. According to Thomas Aquinas, natural law is based on a concept that what is naturally right or what is naturally wrong. According to this view, religion should not be irrational. Religion is always based on reason, and there is no conflict between reason and true religion, because true religion is always based on sound reasons. Thomas Aquinas defined law as he said that law is an ordinance which is based on reason for the common good made by him who has the care of the community and promulgated. According to him, natural law is the eternal law which is given by the God that can be known by the efforts of humans. According to him, the ruler is responsible for the care of the community because the ruler made the law for the welfare of the community. So, ruler is responsible for the care of the community. He further divided the law into four categories. He said that law can be divided into four categories that are law of God, natural law, law of scriptures or divine law, and fourthly, there is human laws or positive laws. According to Thomas Aquinas, natural law is revealed through the reason of man, and this natural law is a part of divine law. Therefore, we can conclude here that divine law is more wider in comparison to the natural laws. He also said that a particular positive law is valid only to the extent to which the positive law is consistent with the natural law. According to Thomas Aquinas, the authoritative interpreter of the law, which is given in the scriptures, is the church. Therefore, according to Thomas Aquinas, church had the authority to give verdict upon the goodness or badness of the positive law. That whether a positive law is good or bad will be decided by the church. It is very important to note here that Thomas Aquinas had justified possession of property by an individual which was considered sinful by the early Christian fathers. Thomas Aquinas also said that human law is valid only insofar as it is consistent with the natural law. But he also said that man should obey the human laws even if the human laws are unjust. There are various merits of the theory given by Thomas Aquinas, because Thomas Aquinas very beautifully blended the political philosophy of Aristotle with that of the Christian faith and built a new logical and elastic theory of natural law. He pleaded for establishing the authority of the church over the law, because according to him, church will interpret the law which is given in the scriptures. According to Thomas Aquinas, king has only limited powers, and king is to proceed under the guidance of the divine law. And who will interpret the divine law? Church will interpret the divine law. Thomas Aquinas identified natural law with reason. This is very important. Thomas Aquinas identified natural law with reason, although this reason was the reason of the Catholic Church when they interpret the law given in the scriptures. Later on, the theological garb was shaken off and reason became the basis of the new secularized natural law theories. What it means? Although in the starting point, according to Thomas Aquinas, the reason was considered to be the reason of the Catholic Church, not of an individual. But later on, this garb was shaken off and the reason became the basis of the new secularized natural law theories. Moreover, Catholic jurists of modern times have also built upon the theory of Thomas Aquinas, but they have modified it considerably, which was necessary under the changed conditions. There were some criticisms to the theory of Thomas Aquinas by the German imperials. The theory given by Thomas Aquinas was opposed by the German imperials. They contended that state was sovereign in all legal matters. Church has not the authority to interfere with the sovereign power of the state, and state has the exclusive authority over the law, not of the church. That was the views of the German imperials. So this is something about the medieval theories on the concept of natural law. If you like my lecture, then kindly subscribe my channel and share it more and more. And if you want to get notes of my law lectures, then you can go to lawarticles2020.blogspot.com. Thank you very much.